So I think that technology is important in the classroom because it can make your classroom environment more engaging and exciting for students. And I think it's important that students gain technology skills early on rather than later. In my personal experience, I felt incredibly unprepared technologically pretty much forever. Um, when I got to college, till today, I still struggle um, with anything to do with technology because in my school experience, we did not get laptops until high school. And then, even once we got laptops, we didn't really utilize them for anything other than research. We didn't use them for any online learning, just pretty much to Google things. And I remember when COVID started and we were all learning from home online, that was all of our first time using Canvas. So nobody knew how to use Canvas. And so I think that that's why it's so important for kids to learn early on how to do stuff with technology so that they're not behind later on, like I have been personally and have yet to recover from. Some of the different things that I think are helpful to utilize in the classroom would be Nearpods. Nearpods are something that I use pretty frequently in classes if we have an online day. And I think that Nearpods would be great if students are absent. You could send a Nearpod home to their parents' email so that students can catch up on what was happening in class, but do it from home safely. And then it would also be good if you teach at a school that has online learning days because I know that that has become more of a common thing. And I'm glad that I learned more about technology this week because if I were at a school that did online days, I would have been very confused. Another idea would be Jamboards. A lot of times the Jamboards that I've participated in have been in Nearpods, but just Jamboards themselves, I think, can be super helpful because students are sharing their ideas together online in one spot. I think it's also great because it can be anonymous or not. And I also think that it's great because it can be accommodating for students who are uncomfortable speaking in front of the class. They may not speak out often during class, so it's hard to know what their thoughts and ideas are, but they may feel more comfortable posting their ideas in a Jamboard instead. Another tool that I think is incredibly helpful is Seesaw. I use this a lot in my practicum, the class itself, and then also my practicum mentor teacher uses Seesaw for calendar and weather. So students go in and they follow along and they change the date in their calendar on Seesaw, and then after that, they make predictions about the weather or observations about the weather and put them in there. So this is just a great way for students to learn, and that's a little bit more engaging for the students than sitting and listening to my mentor teacher label the calendar for them. So they actually get the opportunity to do that on their own in Seesaw. And then I think Seesaw is also great because it gives different options. You have an option to upload a photograph, to draw a picture, to explain your thoughts, or to write. So for students who prefer to draw rather than write, or just don't have as developed writing skills yet, may be able to get their thoughts across better by drawing. And so that's an option on Seesaw, as well as a couple others. I think there's also one for like a note that you can put up and type. Another one that I would use in my classroom is Kahoot. I think Kahoot is a very easy way to use technology. This is probably one of the first ways that I would introduce it, but I think that this is a great way to review as a class before an assessment, or if students may need a refresher over what was done the week before, you could start the new week by doing a Kahoot over the last week's new knowledge. And yeah.